What's up? It's Indy. We are going to be doing some AskReddit today. I found this thread that was actually pretty popular, pretty popping off. It's called, "What did a fictional character say that stuck with you?" And just a little forewarning, most of these are quotes, so I really don't need to make input on a lot of them. I might occasionally, but probably not nearly as much as I usually do. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Winnie the Pooh. Oh. I'd trade it all for a little more. CM Burns. I saw some of my friends become, quote, big, and they don't even answer calls and don't even have an honest reply for a question. I remember this quote and it's incredible. Friends, family, religion, these are the 3 demons you must slay if you wish to succeed in business. You know what's really wild is I always used to have this irrational fear of the people around me, not necessarily being successful and glowing up, because I obviously want that for them, but I used to have this irrational fear of them forgetting about me. What if my grandma gets famous and forgets about me? Obviously that's not gonna happen, but I used to think that sometimes. Not everything is a lesson. Sometimes you just fail. Dwight K. Schrute. Alternatively, will I ever get over it? No, but life goes on. Quote, "It is possible to commit no errors and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life." You know, it's at times like this when I'm trapped in an airlock with the man from Betelgeuse and about to die of asphyxiation in deep space that I really wish I'd listened to what my mother told me when I was young. Why? What did she tell you? I don't know. I didn't listen. Arthur Dent. You can't keep blaming yourself. Just blame yourself once and move on. Homer Simpson. One of the wisest pieces of advice I've ever heard. Yeah, especially coming from Homer. It takes 2 to lie. 1 to lie and 1 to listen. Homer Simpson. Homer's you kind of got the wits about him, you know what I mean? Better to serve a good man than to rule with an evil one. Merlin. That quote has stuck with me for so long and I have thought about it many times. In direct contrast, Paradise Lost is better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. I guess that really is 2 sides of the coin. I guess it really just depends, you know? Because yeah, some say it better is... It's kind of like, would you rather have the love of your life and be poor, or be with someone you don't love and be rich? I don't know. There's pros and cons to both. Everyone always has a story to tell to justify their bad decisions. It never matters. You are always alone in your actions. Hawk from Dragon Age 2. That series has some really great ones. There's power in stories though. That's all history is. The best tales. The ones that last. Might as well be mine. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone, I will turn to see fear's path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. If you want to know what a man's like, judge him on the way he treats his inferiors, not his equals. Cyrus Black. Always stuck with me because I really think it's pretty solid advice. I agree. When you hang around with people who are of the same social status, they all kind of tend to mesh and act as one. But when you get people of extremely varying social classes, some stuff is gonna pop out. I don't know how many years I've got left on this earth, so I'm gonna get real weird with it. Frank Reynolds. Meanwhile, block the wind. I'm gonna roast this bone. Alright. It's like those lights in the sky. They all look the same from here. That doesn't make them less pretty. River Wiles. This is my family. I found it all on my own. It's a little broken, but still good. Yeah, still good. Stitch. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. God, that movie still hits me right in the heart so many years later, and it spawned a solid TV show to boot. That's so true. It's okay. You can go. Everyone always leaves. There was some deep shit in that movie. It was literally just even reading this kind of makes me tear up. I love Lilo and Stitch so much. That was such a solid movie, especially for it to be so cartoony and kind of jokingly. It really did have a lot of serious and deep issues in it. It was a really good ass movie. You know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. And I promise you, something great will come of it. Benjamin Mee. We bought a zoo. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Jack Sparrow. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Rush. Losing people is a part of life. That doesn't mean you stop letting them in. Lego Batman. That movie came out shortly after I lost my grandpa. He was one of the 2 people I was closest with. When he died, I went through a really rough phase. Ever since I heard that phrase, it stuck with me. You know, I really wish that a lot more people would hear this phrase. Even myself, because sometimes I think about losing certain things in my life and I'm just like, oh my God, how would I move on? How would I go on? And sometimes you don't move on. You just kind of learn how to adapt. But I don't think that taking hardship in your life means that you should block out any chance of happiness that you may get because you're scared to lose again. Be loyal to what matters. Arthur Morgan. People like to invent monsters and monstrosities. Then they seem less monstrous themselves. When they get blind drunk, cheat, steal, beat their wives, starve an old woman, when they kill a trap fox with an axe, or riddle the last existing unicorn with arrows, they like to think that the Bane entering cottages at daybreak is more monstrous than they are. They feel better then. They find it easier to live. Geralt of Riva. The Last Wish. What about your sword? I heard witchers carry two. A silver blade for monsters and a steel for humans. Both are monsters. Damn! That's deep. It's real life. And in real life, you can't always win. Gerald Hay Arnold. I mean, you ain't lying. Confidence. It's the food of the wise man, but the liquor of the fool. Vikram, The Office. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better, Vikram. Pam. Vikram immediately leaves the series forever. Okay, don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me. But I've never seen The Office. I've literally never watched it. Although I feel like maybe I probably should start, considering that was The Office made by NBC or something? I don't know what it's made by, but they're getting ready to yank that shit off of Netflix, so I probably should watch it before it's gone. I expect nothing, and I'm still let down. Do we? I've said this quote so many times. What is the most important step a man can take? Always the next step. Edit from Oathbringer. Book 3 of Stormlight Archive, written by Brandon Sanderson. Accept your pain, but do not accept that you deserved it. Say that again. Sucking at something is the first step to being sorta good at something. Jake the dog. See this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Chucks it out the window. Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore. Jake was really deep. You know what? Especially for a dog in an animated sitcom. Every day gets a little easier. You just have to do it every day. That's the hard part, but it does get easier. Running the Hill Monkey and BoJack Horseman. Also from the same series. You can't keep doing these shitty things and feeling sorry for yourself like that makes it okay. You have to do better. I've never seen BoJack Horseman either, although I have been meaning to watch that, especially because it's gotten such great reviews. You know what's so funny? I've never watched the show, but I've watched those little analysis of the TV show. Like, you know how people posting like analysis of episode 3 of Stranger Things, like, you know, like a breakdown. I have watched those about BoJack Horseman, but I've not watched this show. But I heard it's really good in terms of correctly portraying the struggle of mental illnesses, so I definitely am going to give that a run for its money. The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Rafiki, the Lion King. And I thought that was appropriate to end on. Yeah. So that was Ask Reddit. Thanks if you've stuck around this long. Thank you. Please leave a like and a comment. I mean, I don't really give a shit what you say in the comment, but I mean, let me know that you made it this far. But yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything about my uploading schedule. Look, at this point, I don't have nothing to say. I don't have anything to say for myself. You see me when you see me. But the only thing left for me to say is bye.